OMG. Welcome back to my channel. So excited that you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's Jody Dunn, and I'm coming at you with a new weekly video. I'm going to be doing several things this week. You can see I'm starting off outside, still trying to get my spring bulbs planted. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So we're going to be working out in the yard today and in the house for a little bit of cleaning. If you're new and you just found me, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new right down in the comments? I would love to welcome you to the channel and say hello back to you. And if you're already subscribed, thanks so much for coming back to another video. I appreciate you. So I was trying to plant some daffodil bulbs, and these bulbs are flipping humongous that I am planting right now. So I had to make the hole even bigger than what my little tool is making them. I think these were the only bulbs. Look at how dang big that is. These were the only bulbs that I have had so far that were this big. So hopefully these are going to be some big and beautiful daffodils. I think they were a double. If I remember right, I'd have to look at my sheet. I was trying to write down like what I planted where so I would kind of remember. But to be honest with you, I kind of gave up on doing that anyways. I told you guys in last week's video, if you watch, I've watched so many videos on planting bulbs, and I just never, ever came across one that really went through how hard of work it is. And maybe it's because of my soil, but this is hard flipping work. I'm going to be so happy in the spring when they all bloom and they look gorgeous. But I just was not anticipating it was going to be this much work. Plus, I got very overzealous and ordered a whole bunch of bulbs. But that's okay. It will be my first spring, next spring, of having actual spring bulbs. So I'm so excited for it. And of course, I did get a lot of comments on my last video. Some people telling me that I was just plain out doing it wrong, or some people suggesting other ways I could do it. There was a lot of suggestions about, like digging big holes and planting multiple bulbs. I had to take my coat off. It's only 37 degrees when I was doing this, but I was sweating and the hubs came out to help me. So it made it go a lot faster, which is awesome. But I did explain in last week's video that our soil is clay, and it's very hard. The soil up here is a little easier to work with than the soil under my other window. But I'm not sure why people think that digging a trench is easier, because I cannot even imagine how hard it would be to try to dig big holes with a shovel, which is the only tool we would have to do that with. And I'm not going out and buying another tool. So I appreciate the suggestion, but definitely not going to happen, at least not this year for sure. One of my plans for next spring is to start working on some of the soil that is really, really hard to work with, just to see if I can get it, a little better quality, which I know will take actually probably a few years to get it that way. But my plan is to start working on it next year. But we ended up getting this whole first bed here done. I still got to get the second bed done. And I think we got a delivery. So I think that the delivery driver's on video. I think this was a situation of my eyes bigger than my stomach type of thing. I think I have about 500 bulbs left to plant, and I'm not sure that the other bed can accommodate 500 bulbs. Some of them might just have to end up in my backyard. I'm not sure. But I was just thinking, this is just going to be so lovely to have all these bulbs. So we will see. But we're going to move into the backyard for a little bit. And Clarky was helping me once again with yard work, as he loves to do, and pretty much cracking me up. But I tell you, when you got two people doing this, it did make it go a lot faster than me doing it by myself. So I'm out here in the backyard. You can see I still got a ton of leaf cleanup to do. And this was the first time I'd ever used the leaf blower in front of Clark, so I wasn't sure how he was going to react. That might have been funnier to me than last week's video when he kept jumping in the leaf piles. He was literally just trying to chase the leaves all around. Oh my gosh, that dog just cracks me up. I'd say the trees are about 98% bare of leaves now. So the hubs already blew a whole bunch of piles, but we've had some quite windy days, so they kind of got blown around. So I was just blowing some new piles of the dried leaves. Of course, I've told you all summer long, I don't use the leaf blower on the areas towards the back now, because I have gotten to a lot of the front that had matted down years of leaves. But the leaf blower does work fantastic on the new leaf fallen one layer of leaves. So the hubs and I are out here to collect as many bags as we can to keep on working on the never-ending backyard project. I haven't decided yet, but next fall, I might treat myself to hiring somebody. Once I get the backyard how I want it next year, when the leaves start coming down, I just might treat myself and hire somebody to do this type of cleanup for me. But it has been an incredible project I've talked about before. It just really, really taught me a lot about myself and just gave me a very big sense of pride to know that I did a lot of this. The hubs helped. He was a big help in a lot of ways, but I did a lot of this by myself, and the transformation, although not done yet, I'm so darn proud of. So I would love to hear what you are working on. Definitely feel free to share it down in the comments with me if you would like to. I always get excited. I also get very inspired when you guys share things going on in your house, in your life. I've even had some of you send me pictures, which, oh my gosh, I just absolutely love that. If you ever want to share with me, my Instagram and my email are always listed down below. I love seeing before and afters, or I just love seeing the projects that you're working on. If you need a cheerleader and you need somebody to get excited for you, definitely feel free to reach out. It turned out to be a very productive week for me, but also a very crazy week. My poor Donna Jean was sick and ended up missing 3 days of school last week. She had to miss her very first volleyball game, which was such a bummer. But, it happens. And then we had something kind of sad happen. A friend of the family had passed away very unexpectedly. And so that was very sad. And I've talked about gratitude on my channel a lot. I'm so, so grateful for so many things. I'm so grateful for my body that moves and does what I want it to do and allows me to pick up these leaves every single week and do projects around my house. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for being here and spending some time with me today. But when you lose somebody, it definitely makes you stop and think a little bit. Every day is a precious gift, and I hope you're having the most fantastic day and can find lots of things to be grateful for. We are going to move inside now and work on some things inside. All right, well, it's almost 5 o'clock and the sun's going down because it gets so dark so early now. 14 bags. And we're stopping because we ran out of bags. So I gotta go to the store. But that area was filled. So we're starting to be able to see some dirt in some spots now. The grass is fairly clear. I still got a lot. I don't know. 50 more bags? 100 more bags? I don't know. I got a lot more bags. There's still like the whole back half of the yard is leaves that I haven't got to yet. So they're all matted down. So anyways, that's where we're stopping for today. Well, I couldn't see you. Say hello to the people. Woo. Oh, we got to woo. Say hello. Can you not speak? Hello. Oh, there's Donna Jean. We haven't had a Donna Jean sighting in a while. All right, we're moving into the kitchen. My kitchen counters are a disaster, so I need to get this kitchen picked up. Most of this is mine. I think it was 2 nights ago I made cookies. Look at, there's still flour sitting on the counter. So I'm going to take a little bit of time today to get the counters cleaned up, but also I just have a lot of stuff on the counter. I told you it's been a week, but to be totally honest, my kitchen counters have looked like that for a couple of weeks now. I swear, I get into these habits, well, routines, whatever, where I'm super good about getting everything put away, like right away. And then I'll start working on something else and just start shoving stuff on the counter. Like I said, most of the stuff on this counter is mine. If you weren't aware, I am an extreme couponer. I have another channel, a couponing channel. And although some of this, a little bit of this is mail and things or things I need to file, of paperwork that I just need to keep, a lot of it is my couponing stuff, because basically my kitchen is kind of my office as well for my other channel. So I'm going to take the time today and get this counter cleaned up. And, I've set systems up to where when I'm finished filming a video, I can get everything put away like I'm doing right now. Right away. I have a file folder and everything here. I just haven't been doing it lately. So now I have big, massive piles that need to be put away. But that's all right. I'm doing it. I'm taking care of it. I'm going to get this cleaned up. Creating habits and routines, it's just constant. For me, at least, and maybe this isn't for everybody, but you just have to do it over and over and over and over and over again before it sticks. So like I said, I'll be really good for a month and get all my paperwork and everything filed away where it needs to be filed away. And then I'll start working on something else in the house and I'll say, oh, I'll just set this on the counter and I'll take care of it later. And then the next day I do the same thing. Anyways. You don't get to see Viv on camera very often because she doesn't really like to be on camera. And I never, force anybody to be on camera that doesn't want to be on camera. But I did catch a little conversation that I thought was quite cute that I left in the video. This was Viv's first year of being in color guard, and she just recently got her pictures back, so I thought I would share them with you. No. Why? I love your picture, Vivi. It's gorgeous. I don't like it. Well, I love it.
Apparently the theme for this year's 90s, and Misty's going to wear a bunch of neon.
For the whole year?
Yeah, like next color this season.
Oh, so like your uniform?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that'll be fun.
And leg warmers for when it's really chilly.
The 90s and leg warmers? You'd be like Jane Fonda. Don't even say I don't know who that is.
I don't.
She talks so quiet, so I don't know if you heard her, but they're trying to do the theme next year for the 90s with leg warmers and neon clothes. And I knew as soon as I said, you'll be like Jane Fonda, she was going to say, I don't know who that is. Anyways, I'm just over here in my living room, which you can see is kind of a mess because I had the grandkids over and they were playing with their toys. Shredding some paper. I have my file cabinet in here for papers I need to keep and my shredder in here. So I'm just getting some things shredded that needed to be shredded. And I am almost finished with all of that. Like I said, it was almost all of my paperwork. And it really didn't take me that long because I already know where everything goes. I just was leaving it on the counter. So the kitchen looked like a disaster every dang day. So it feels so much better to get all of the paperwork where it needs to be. And I told you a few videos ago that Viv is, one of her elective classes is ceramics. She's been bringing home so many ceramic projects. Look at this little cute, I said this would be perfect for like her earrings. She made this bowl and then look at this poor plate. It cracked. She was like, well, I got credit for it because I finished it. So I don't know what we're going to do with that. Since it's been a while since I've cleaned these counters because I had so much stuff on it, I'm going to go ahead and disinfect them. I just clean them with dish soap every day, which is just totally fine. I do like to go through and disinfect like once a month. Plus, with Donna Jean being sick, it's just a good idea to get some things disinfected. So, getting my favorite Clorox spray, Clorox cleanup, I think it is. It's my favorite disinfectant. And you might have been able to hear my poor Donna Jean in the background coughing. So anyways, I just spray this on. I let it sit for a few minutes, and then I go through and just wipe the counters down, trying to stay back from the counters because I don't know how many times I've gotten bleach on my clothes. And then they, put a little bleach spot on your clothes. But I was cracking up because Donna Jean was walking underneath the camera. Jean. They will love it. There she is. I think the older she's getting to not like to be on camera as much as she used to when she was younger, which makes me sad. All right. It is hours later, and this needs to be cleaned really, really bad. I am hoping that possibly somebody has a stove like mine, because I've never ever seen a stove like this. And it is literally the biggest pain in the butt to clean. I'm going to use some Dawn Power Wash. It is my favorite. Dawn is just an awesome degreaser, and the Power Wash is incredible. I'm going to let this sit for a minute. The middle part there, that's like my fan because I don't have a hood range. That's easy to clean. It comes off. The burners. The burners are what are the pain in the butt. My burners are not removable. It's the only thing I can think to call this is a plate of burners. It lifts up. I cannot figure out how to get it out. I can see nowhere underneath where I could pull it out. So I don't know if it's like got wires attached to where I shouldn't be pulling it out. That's why I'm hoping maybe somebody has a stove like this or very similar that can tell me, can you actually remove this burner plate? So I don't clean under here very often because it's a pain in the butt. It's way easier to do if you have two people, because then you can have one person holding up the burner plate while the other one is cleaning underneath of it. But my husband had left to go to my mom's house because she needed help with something. She had a repair person over. Look at how gross that is. Anyways, the repair guy needed help lifting something. So she asked if my husband would come over. So he went over, and I just wanted to get this done. So I'm just doing it by myself. But we've been here for 12 years, and I can't figure out how to get these burner plates off. I had an appliance repair guy out to fix my oven. I should have asked him, but I didn't think of it. If I ever have to have him come out again, I'll ask him. This burner plate is the worst because they both open up from different ends, and I'm so short that I'm trying to lean over the counter to get this side cleaned. And it's not like it's 30 or 40 pounds, but it's also not 1 pound. It's like heavy. And I've tried like pulling it out and it just will not come out. So here you can see a view of me like leaned way over, and Donna Jean had just passed by. So I asked her if she would help me because it's just really hard for me to get the cracks right up on top while I'm trying to hold this up. So she got a little electric, it's not a toothbrush, but that's what it looks like. It's actually a Rubbermaid cleaner. And she was helping me with this, thank goodness. My sweet Donna Jean, she's always willing to help me out when I need help. Yeah, that now. Where? To get the suds up from inside of where I scrubbed. See in there where there's bubbles?
That?
No, on this.
Oh.
Yeah, right in the corner. There you go.
That?
Yep.
Oh!
Yep. This is absolutely not the stove or oven I would have chosen. My oven is so small. If I had I could maybe fit like a 12-pound turkey inside the oven and absolutely nothing else. I have no storage underneath because that's where it's all plugged in and everything. And I can't figure out how to get the dang burner plates off. However, instead of complaining about that I don't like this stove, I'm just going to be grateful that I have an oven that works so I can cook for my family and burners that work so I can cook for my family. And I'm taking the time today. It desperately needed it. Once I got the counters all cleaned up, I looked at the stove and I was like, oh, you really, really got to clean the top of this. Truth be told, I really need to clean the inside. Something got spilled on the inside, but I just don't have time for that today. So we'll get that in a video soon. I had a comment last week that literally made me laugh so hard. It was so funny. I was showing you guys my new plant that I got and then some issues that I was having with my Dieffenbachia, and I was boiling water to help increase the humidity in the kitchen. And this person commented that something like they've decided that they were never going to get plants because they can get, there can be pest issues like little bugs, and they didn't want to deal with that. But then they said, but if you got to cook for your plants, because I was boiling water, I'm definitely out. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. So I'm grateful. Not only can I cook for my family on my burners, but I can cook for my plants as well. Thank you to all of you that leave comments, whatever they are. Y'all have like the best sense of humor ever. And I just, those types of comments, like I just adore them. It just made me laugh so hard. And I know they were joking about cooking for the plants, but it was just so darn funny. All right, I've got the insides that I can get cleaned. I'm now working on the outside. I got this little brush set from Amazon to get in the cracks and crevices, and I just rinsed it off. Could you see how brown it got along the burners? Never mind. I was going to say I wish I could remove my burners, but stop talking about things you wish were different than they are, Jody. Be grateful for what you have, and I am. So I'm just going to scrub this up as best as I can, get all of this grease off, and just shine this stove up and just make it look as brand new as possible. I just told you a little bit ago about how much I absolutely love Dawn Power Wash. It is by far one of my favorite cleaners. It's so versatile. I use it to clean my glass shower door. I don't know why I have never used it on the very top of my stove before, because Dawn is such an excellent degreaser. Of course, you can use oven cleaner or things like that, but I would rather use this. It really did a fantastic job with minimal elbow grease of shining up the top of this stove. That's how I'm going to clean my stove from now on. I don't know why I wasn't using the Dawn Power Wash on the top of my stove to begin with. The time will be coming soon where I can't do much work outside anymore. So I am looking forward. I'm going to be bringing you some decluttering videos because I need to declutter some spaces in my house. And I feel like it is a great time before the holidays to go through and declutter some things. So I hope you're excited about that. Let me know if you've been doing any decluttering recently. I would love to hear. Almost finished with the top of this darn stove. And I got some good before and afters to share with you. So impressed how this cleaned up so nicely. And then we're going to do a quick repotting of a plant. And that'll be about it. So here we go. This was what my stove looked like before I got in here and scrubbed it down real good. Lots of food had fallen in here. That's so gross. And you know, as tight as these things fit on, I have no idea how anything gets inside, but it was pretty gross and it needed to be cleaned, especially around the edges. A little bit of work and some Dawn power wash, and oh my heavens, she's shining up like brand spanking new. Looks so much better. Vacuumed out the middle section here, got all the food out, scrubbed it out. Just feels better, looks better, and I'm just going to lift up this one burner to show you. I definitely use this side more, so this side was dirtier than the other side, but this is a pain in the butt to lift. But look at that. So pretty and clean now. And then the next couple of weeks, I'll get to the inside and get that cleaned out as well. All right, so we got to repot my new plant. I got some self-watering plants because I told you I ordered a Hoya, and anyways, I talked to the seller. I ordered it from Etsy, and she has all of her Hoyas in pon, which I'm recently learning about pon, and I only have everything in soil right now, but the pond does seem very interesting. I don't know if this is actually considered pond, but it is a soil-less mix of stuff, which I ordered from a different Etsy shop because the seller didn't sell this, but she told me what to buy. It's this chunky blend. You can probably make it yourself, but I just was not prepared for that. So anyways, the instructions said to moisten everything and fluff it all up. So again, this is not soil. It's got a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's how she grows all of her Hoyas, and she rooted it in pon. So I now need to transfer this little baby Hoya. It's been in my house for about a week and a half, and she told me to give it like a week to 2 weeks to acclimate. I think this pot might be too big. I thought it was, I don't know what I thought. But anyways, we're going to try it. I did want to see what the roots look like just because I'm curious. And I just wanted to make sure they look good. The plant itself looks healthy. So hopefully the roots look pretty good, but I didn't want to disturb them too much because I'm transferring it. And, you know, sometimes that can give plants shock. So anyways, I washed off as much as I could just in a cup of water. A lot of this is the pond mixture that was in there, but I could see some white on the roots. So I think they look good. So we're going to put this little cutie in this pot, and hopefully because it's not soil and this is a totally different animal than soil, it will be okay that it's kind of in a larger pot. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I'm learning as I go. And because this is not in soil, I did get some fertilizer, which I've never fertilized any of my plants, but I'm going to have to fertilize this little thing. All right. Let's hope she makes it. I think I need to put a little bit more. I do think it's maybe too big of a pot. But because it's not in soil, that might be okay. So anyways, I don't know. It says non-soil mix, but it does look like there's some soil in there. You already know. I'm new to a lot of this. I wanted to give you an update because you see some of my plants down here. I put up these beautiful shelves up here, and I had them all up here, which I just moved that up there. my pothos is doing wonderful. But there were 2 leaves in the back that totally turned yellow because it wasn't getting any sun back there. So I have been taking her down and putting her here. And then this is, I took cuttings from here. I rooted one of them in water and then put some in soil. The only thing I don't like about putting them in soil is I can't see if it's rooting, but nothing's rotted yet. So hopefully it's going to make it. Now, my anthurium. Now I have to remember what this is called. Dang it, hang on. Flamingo lily, but it is an anthurium. You know, I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this plant anymore. Let me move this because I've got you pointed towards so you can't even see. We got a dirty mess over here. And then I pulled her down because I had her up there on one of the shelves. I don't know why they're all girls, but they are. And I was like, wow, like this is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous heart-shaped leaves. But I put her up here, and these were so bright, vibrant red. And they are no longer super vibrant red, probably because she wasn't getting sun. And this one is starting to die. These flowers, they've been on here since I bought her. And I can't even remember how long that is. 8 months ago? Maybe? I'll have to look back at my videos now. I've had this thing for a long time. So I've been pulling her off the shelf as well so she can get some sun. I need to cut this off. I'm confused though. I decided I do love this anthurium. So I have a flower dying. Maybe it's just the season. I know they last for a long time. But I've got so much new growth on this. Look at this new little leaf coming. So even when she was up there on the shelf, I've got a whole bunch of new leaves that are growing. That big one up there. I'm not sure what this is up here. Maybe it's getting a new flower. So overall, it's doing beautiful. I think I need to pull these up probably. Yeah. But I don't know if I can keep it on the shelf because I don't know if this is what's changing the flowers or if they've just run their course because they've been here for so long and new flowers are going to come. I don't know. It's starting to be winter season. Well, not quite yet, but slow growing season. So I'm just very confused by this plant because on one hand, I'm like, oh, she's not doing good up there. And then on another hand, I'm like, well, look at all of these new leaves. Like she's thriving. So anyways, my ZZ was over here, which is doing fantastic. But I did take it down and turn it just because this side was to its back. You can see how much fuller it is on this side. So I just want it to get some sun. I've had this plant actually over here on this for months and months, and it sprouted 2 new leaves for me. So it likes this spot just fine. But the pothos likes this spot better, and the anthurium likes this spot better. Let's see what the Hoya likes. I don't know. I put those shelves up specifically for my plants, and maybe my plants are just going to end up being here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close the video out. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I really did get quite a bit done. Got a bunch of bulbs planted, got some yard work done, cleared off my kitchen counter that was driving me crazy, and did give the top of the stove a very much needed good cleaning, and got my Hoya repotted. Fingers crossed, send me all your planty good vibes that she likes this soil and she makes it. So there you go. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I am going to see you again next week. Bye.